Joined us, welcome. We are broadcasting from the Knepp Estate via the RSPB, and we are in a place of extraordinary natural beauty. We're surrounded by, we think, around 50 male nightingales, which is actually a substantial population, a large percentage of how many still exist in England. And this is a bird that has been the muse, the spokesperson, the inspirer for so many millennia of artists, composers, poets, writers, myth makers. A bird that has woven his way into folk songs and folklore across these lands, and indeed as far east as Western Mongolia. They are a bird versed in some of the greatest works of art. And our apocryphal story in Britain is when the BBC made their first ever live outside radio broadcast, and it happened on this very night in Oxted in Surrey with the legendary cellist Beatrice Harrison, one of the greatest cellists ever to have been recorded, who we are walking in the footsteps of. She was somebody who encountered this extraordinary relationship that I feel we are sharing here, the extraordinary proximity to a wild bird singing a courtship song, and a dialogue was created, and it was one that was repeated on the BBC for many years thereafter, for about 20 years. So it became one of the first ever moments of the natural world really connecting in with our British media. So we're going to share some more songs. Tara, I'm going to hand over to you to play some more. This nightingale behind us is singing the courtship song. We have a few weeks left in this country of the males singing up and out to the sky and to each other in this extraordinary display, the honest indicating of the virtuosity, the muscularity of their voice, to try and court the females that are listening down, and within this voice there are about 1,200 different sounds, these clicks and whistles and buzzes and trills and slurs, croons and swoons. It's a bird that will never repeat his voice, so every song, every aria will be a different combination of song. They're incredible improvisers, revered by musicians, human musicians, for many, many millennia. They've been the inspirer for many musical styles and traditions across the Northern Hemisphere. Our British relationship goes back into the depths of our language and our poetry. The name Nightingale comes from Nachtigall, night wind, night voice, night songstress. Thought for much of our time as being the female, and only recently realising this is the male song. They will sing all night long. They started up around 11, partly why our broadcast was a bit late, trying to work out which males would be singing where to go. And they will sing through till dawn, as well as their day song, which is a sort of sub-song. But this is really their great operatic moment. For 7 weeks, from the moment they arrive in mid-April, we will have this phenomenon across the southeast of England where they still survive. And here, in this blackthorn bush, in these blistering, billowing clouds of green and hawthorn and bramble, in the incredible rewilded estate here in Knepp, they found a natural home and have increased in numbers from the 2 that lived here about 25 years ago to the 50 pairs that they now have singing prolifically across the reserve. It's a great privilege, and it's a great example of what happens when nature is left to do what she needs to do. We're in Sussex, and this is a heartland for nightingales. But it's also a heartland for song, for folk song, our ancient indigenous song, many of which speak of Nightingale. In fact, hold this bird principal above all other birds, woven as the bird that speaks so closest to our heart. So this is a song from a few miles south of here, one of our old folk songs, celebrating both the nightingale and also a bird that now lives here and is growing in numbers, the turtle dove. This is Lemony. As I was a-walking one fine summer's morning, the fields and the meadows, they look so green and gay, and the small birds were singing so pleasantly adorning. Early in the morning, at the break of the day, oh hark, how the nightingale is singing. The lark, she is taking her flight all in the air, and on yonder green bower the turtle doves are building. The sun is just a glimmering. Rise, my dear. Rise, oh rise, and get your humble posies, for they are the finest flower that grows in yonder's grove, and I will pluck them all, sweet lily pinks and roses, all for the sweet Lemony, the girl I adore. Oh Lemony, you are the finest flower. You are the finest flower that grows in yonder's grove. And then she played it over all on the pipes of ivory. So early in the morning, at the break of the day. Many of our old folk songs speak so intimately about the birds. We had such an extraordinary relationship and knowledge, as we still do, but alas, we have so few nightingales, turtle doves, larks left in this country, and what we hear today is a bird declining at a rate of 92%, and this This is a rate that is so fast we expect that Nightingales will probably be gone from England in around 30 to 40 years. Despite projects like here, with an increasing population, we have a worrying decline towards the possibility that one day this is a song that will no longer be heard on our shores. There is much work that is being done. The RSPB are leading in some brilliant campaigns and habitat restoration work. And if you'd like to know more, do go onto the RSPB's website and see many of the projects they're doing in conservation work to both protect the bird, the habitats that these nightingales depend on, and bring heightened awareness to what an extraordinary phenomenon it is to sit in the presence, bask in the awe of one of nature's great phenomenons. You can also visit Knepp here and hear them up close like we're doing right now. But to go back to Beatrice on that first broadcast, we have no record of that fateful night. What we know is that she did play with a nightingale. Accusations of it being a siffleur, a whistler, called in are not correct. We now know that from her records that indeed she did play with the bird. Pieces of improvisation. She played some Dvorak, some Rimsky-Korsakov, and the famous Londonderry air, more commonly known as Danny Boy. And no recording remains, so it's lost to memory. So in honour of that wonderful moment, of which latterly was recorded for HMV, I asked Tara to play some improvisations incorporating some of those themes, the Chant Hindu and Danny Boy and whatever the nightingale inspires you to play. Thank you, Tara. Beatrice Harrison, the muse of Elgar, the legendary campaigner for women's lib, also a campaigner for the RSPB. I'm sure she's smiling down on us tonight, thinking of the legacy she has left. Beautiful pieces, thank you, Tara. We're going to come to the close of our broadcast and sing a last farewell song, but before we do that, I'd just like to say thank you very much for listening in. Thank you for supporting the RSPB, for the Knepp Estate for letting us be here, to our directors and producers Chris Howard and Fabienne and Sadiq and Alex and Charlie, to Tara Franks, our cellist. And I'm Sam Lee. I lead concerts with Nightingales, called Singing with Nightingales, that run throughout the spring in Sussex. Please find out more about all the people and organisations involved in this broadcast. And most importantly, while we have this glorious spring right now, please go out and celebrate the sound of birdsong. Get up early tomorrow for the dawn chorus or someday soon, and appreciate the heart-calming quality that these birds can bring, the sense of deep connection to nature. Thank you so much. We're going to end on a song called The Tanyard Side, an old folk song, once again honouring the Nightingale. An angel bright, I'm tripping down so low, saying kind I'm a country boy, and modest to me ply, and I daily labour for my bread. Down by the tangyard side, he's a neat little country boy, and ever my eyes do spy, and he'd have made a girl a bonny bride. Down by the tangyard side, it is 12 long months since first we met, so early in the spring, when the small birds they do whistle loud. Nightingales, they do sing. The nightingales, they do sing. And if ever I return again, I'll take that boy inside, and I'll roll him in my very own arms, down by the tangyard side. I will roll him in my very own arms, down by the tangyard side, down by